Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Time, it's still a social construct. I don't care what anyone says. Welcome to Free Enterprise 3 and day 1 of the I can word. I really can word. Eblan Elixir League. We have a round 1 matchup between Sorbius and Guerin. I am Martin Broadcloak. I'm here on the left. To my right, the one and only Flossie Fern. Flossie.
Hi, Martin. I am so excited to be here and to be back on comms. And this flag set, oh man, I am so excited to do comms for it. It's going to be wild.
It's going to be a welcome change of pace, mainly because, well, one, we're both in the tournament, so we have to race these as well.
I know,
so
yeah.
it's nice to be a spectator once in a while and just sit back and, watch two great players basically run this flag set. And boy, do we have it tonight between Sorbius on Team No Springs and Guerin on... why did I just space on the name?
It's one of the Bacchus names.
Yeah, I know it involves alcohol. That's the important.
We remember the alcohol here, but
so yeah, for anybody that hasn't seen
your
Potion
own
Party,
Bacchus.
thank you.
There we go. Thanks,
yeah,
Scarcer.
got it. Bring your own Bacchus. I've never done that like this week. Bringing your own. Nah, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's really quick cover the flag set because this is. I mean, we both played Free Enterprise for a while. This is completely different from what we normally see in a tournament.
Right. It's taken a little getting used to. The big thing that sticks out for everybody is there's actually no Z fight in this flag set, right, Martin?
Yeah, no, there is not. That's one of the big distinguishing is that Z is on vacation, probably in, I don't know, Bahamas, Tahiti, somewhere warm. Probably has an amazing drink. Meanwhile, we get to suffer one of the flags we don't see in tournaments very often. K-Trap is on.
Right, so that means that all of the trap chests could potentially contain a key item, with the exception of the moon, I believe.
Two moon.
Well, no, I mean, I guess I should say, yeah, lunar subterrane and Bahama
yes.
Cave, but the hair dryers, that's on the table there.
Yeah, hair dryers and the eyeball in the giant
the
being the other
yeah.
one. But I see a certain bard on my screen right now.
We have a hero.
It is a hero that exists, and I really wonder what these runners are currently thinking in their head because this one is a little special.
Right, we do have the spoon flag on, so Eddie could be a contender here, but yeah, he's not necessarily who you want to see starting.
It's a different start just because it's high agility, not a lot of, like, we're used to, like, the canes and things like that. It's high agility, but, like, your firepower is it's either spoon or you're finding, like, an arty bow or something of that nature. Otherwise, Ed is, well... He's Ed. He's there.
Yes. Yeah.
That's about it. So,
right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we have an exit caster.
Yeah, we have exit. We got Ed and Tella starting it up here for us. That was not a terrible start. I mean, like you said, Martin, he has exit, so that can save a lot of time for the runners.
Yeah, very. I mean, in this flag set, the way these play, like, I mean, seconds are gonna matter. So being able to cast exit is we see Guerin go straight up to Watery Pass, like looting this with exit. This feels good.
Right. Yeah. This always feels nice when you have Tella.
Yeah. Not having to walk out, like the reverse walk is always, wow, that is a Baron Inn. That is some information. I'm not sure which part of that Baron Inn is better, Flossie.
Right, yeah, my head's spinning a little bit there.
Yeah, the edge is really good. Seeing DKC off the table, though, is way better.
Yeah, DKC can be nigh-near impossible in certain spots in this flag set, too. So you want to see him early, and especially in a spot like that where you can pretty much knock him out immediately.
Yeah. That information for Sorbs, it's a combination of, like, shopping, where, this is... We're on S Wild, so a good chunk of everything is possible in this seed, but you need the money to buy it. So knowing Edge is out there, you're keeping an eye out for Ninja Swords, Murasames, Boomerang, to back row them, things of that nature. So Sorbs is going to know this as he kind of flies around the world doing his shopping.
Right, and then another interesting flag that we're playing with here is no free bosses. So that means no matter where you find DKC, you're going to have to whittle him down. He's not going to do his little speech for you.
Yeah, we get 4th wave all the time, every time, and 5th wave and 6th wave. And they just keep coming until he goes away. It's not fun. In the wrong spots, it's really bad.
Right. So another boss that normally you might be happy to see, like Water Hag, is the same way. So that boss can be quite punchy and won't stop after 3.
Yeah. The other big part of that no free boss part too is that the usual, like the insta kill methods and the other little tricks you would use for, say, like the Baron guards or dark imps or something of that nature, those are out the window.
Right.
So you basically have to fight them straight up. And you get the dark imps punching you at like Cape Bahamut. That's not fun. And you can no longer mute the Baron guards. You can't stone them or anything. They still do their counter. They're not fun. Like there's a laundry list of bosses that these runners do not want to see in certain locations.
Absolutely. And Sorbius is taking an interesting first tack here, going to Eblan Castle. So you might see a lot of runners doing that in this flag set. It's a great way to scoop up a ton of money really, really fast.
Yeah. For anybody that is currently playing this flag set, or even looking into it, Pankraz put out a chart of basically expected value of like standard, call them standard kind of opening loot packages depending on how you play the seed. Of course, Eblan probably it's the top. You run the risk of traps and things like that, but it exists. The other big one, obviously, Watery Pass. We are on T Wildish, so those are 2 of the best locations early on. But there's no real set, like, if you start the seed and you see this start, you have a choice. You could go south, you could go to Eblan, you could go north, you could go Watery Pass. You see Guerin here shopping in Kaipo. Sorb's not content with the amount of money he has, so hey, more is better.
Hey, who is content?
Yeah, I mean, this flag set is fun because, I mean, money-wise, there's a level you're probably okay with, but things are expensive. I mean, Avengers are 150 grand. That doesn't just appear out of thin air.
Right, exactly. And you can also find the crystal sword in shops in this flag set as well, but it is going to be like a cool 215,000. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, on Guerin's side, it looks like we are done shopping for now. Samurai bow, samurai arrows in slot 1. That is a functional start for Edward, so he will be able to do some damage here up on Hobbs. That is a very welcome sight.
We do have D-Miss there.
Yeah, both sides of it, because Rydia is quite possibly tied for the best character in this flag set.
Did we happen to see Bahamut in a shop yet? I wasn't quite paying attention to that.
I did not notice yet.
But yeah, that is another top tier thing you can find just sitting there in a shop here, so.
Yeah, and you will find it somewhere. So the question is where it is, based on how, because no J items are for sale in shops, everything else has to be. So you're going to find it. Wow, that is a nice edge shop right there. That was Murs and a Thunderclaw.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah. So Bahamut's in the seed somewhere. You just have to find it. So good information for Sorbs there. We know Rydia's in the seed. That tiara is huge. What people learn as they play this flag set is that Rydia going fast is a good thing. That usually comes at the expense of her damage. A tiara fixes that immediately. So you can run a heroine robe on her, you can run an arty bow on her. With a tiara, it balances it out, and she is still at full power. So I would not be surprised to see either runner go back for that purchase with the Rydia.
Yeah, that definitely seems pretty essential.
Yeah. So Guerin 3D Mist, I'm guessing. I mean, you have it in your hand. We're gonna go get the freebie on the
Getting
left.
That free summon there on Guerin's side, yep.
I am for it.
Looking like Imp.
Oh, that's a Stardust Rod and a full moon.
Ooh.
That's boy, the shops have been paying off early. This is going to be a very welcome sight for runners, is when they find the items that they want for their party immediately. Yeah, you run the risk of missing a few things in other shops, but I mean, the amount of firepower that you have accessible to you at the 7-minute mark, you're feeling pretty good about, where this seat is going so far.
Right, that Stardust Rod is really going to carry.
Yeah, very much so. We won't call it what people affectionately call a spec buy, but I mean, Tella's in your party, he can wear it, he can use it. Chances are you're gonna find another character that can use it as well. It's almost an instant purchase. It's pretty close. So, Sorb's checking waterfall. That's once again, this is information. That's another set. That's Baron Guards. We don't have to deal with them anywhere else.
Right, and did Guerin hit Golbez here in Antlion?
Yeah.
So, not a terrible spot to find him.
No, not at all. I mean, he doesn't do you any favors here. Like, he's not gonna really help him or help you kill him. But, you're still going to want to keep a veil up just in case, because this party, well, it doesn't have a lot of HP.
A little bit squishy.
Yeah, just a little short on that side. So it looks like Sorbs is coming down to wave 2 Guerin. While we have a second, please make sure, go follow the runners. Sorbs and Guerin, both wonderful. Sorbs, obviously, been around the block, been a mainstay in the last few tournaments. Guerin, can't say enough good things about Guerin. Guerin has went up against some of the best back when ladder was a thing, and easily held his own against the likes of Possum, Rybon, myself. Really well-versed player, so this should be a very good matchup.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from both of these runners for sure.
Yeah, very much so. Obviously, Scala, the brains of the operation, Mecha Link, probably has the hardest job, because this flag set does not... It's not very kind as far as 2 runners doing the same thing at the same time. They're usually all over the place, so trackers kind of have to keep their eyes open.
And don't forget to follow Martin Broadcloak, of course.
Me? I know not. Hey, that's Pinktail.
Ooh, got Pinktail, yeah.
Okay, we're halfway home. You see how I just cut that off?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, nice
me. It's great. Yeah,
segue
it's a
there.
nice little segue. But yes, go follow Flossie as well. Streams a lot between RimWorld and this practice, because yeah, your matchup is you get this week off. Lucky you.
I know.
Yeah.
No, it's coming though.
It is. This is our first look at D-Mist.
Yeah, get that D-Mist turn in here.
What do we want? Darkness Crystal would just throw a wrench.
Oh, well, magma. So
okay.
That's your underground access. It's forced magma in this flag set, so unless you have launched the Falcon as a objective that you need to do, you're really not going to see many hook routes going.
No, you won't see the hook routes, but at the same time, the traps that are down there, you'll see people stick their head down there. It's, another set of shops. It's a gated character check, so it could be the guy. And then there's 2 traps on that route, too.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So, fade hook at your own peril, and it can burn you. So, please be careful. So, Guerin, yeah, that's...
Find that fabulous Stardust Rod there. Yeah, I know, please, yes.
Give, please. So, yeah, this should be 2 charges of Stardust here for Sorbs, and we'll be through D-Mist here.
Looks like Guerin is maybe selling a couple things to afford a crystal ring here.
I would huck the Ogre Axe.
Right, yeah.
I don't have a character that can... Yeah. Crystal rings, probably the best item in this flag set. Hands down. I could hear an argument against it, but It is the best item defense and agility wise that anybody can wear. And in this flag set, agility manipulation is a big thing. So
yeah, very, very true.
yeah,
I can see Guerin's temptation to keep that ogre axe because some, like, you know, a lot of the trap chests, well, namely, you know, Eblan Castle and Cave, you know, and honestly the tower as well.
You see what Sorbius is doing? He's doing a weeho.
There it is.
We call it
West
weeho.
Hobbs.
It's West Hobbs. We call it weeho here. Look at that. Free Enterprise 2 rating us right when we're talking about weeho. Now we get to wax poetic about that to everybody. Did you know that WeHo stands for West Hobbs?
You know, I learned that very recently.
Yeah, it's great. You usually only do it when you have Tella, so you can cast Exit, but money-wise, WeHo has the money.
There's always $1 million back there. Just do it if you can.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there's like $5,000, but you know,
right. Well,
it usually pays off. So, but yeah, welcome Free Enterprise 2. I don't need to tell them about the spoil. They've been around the block.
They know not to spoil.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, look, it's Lunars.
See Lunars, yep.
That's another good fight to get out of the way.
Yeah, it really is.
They are seeing a lot of bosses here that they don't want to see in the late game. Like this is very good. This is like the balance. Here's an Edward start, but we're gonna give you all the evil bosses in the first 20 minutes.
Absolutely. And yeah, when you start with a party like this, you want to see that good equipment and you want to see those nasty bosses get out of the way really quickly. Yeah. So I bet the runners are feeling pretty good right now.
Very much so. So the question is, will Guerin go after Sheila's closet? Of course you do. How's the money? Someone got to it before we did.
Yeah.
That was $5,000. Right? That was not great.
Sheila spent a little bit of it.
Yeah. Oh, that was a drain spear. Wow, we're excited.
It was a drain spear.
I mean, carrots. You have to buy the carrots. You have the money. You have to buy 99 carrots. It's a rule. Blasphemy. No carrots.
I can't. I haven't bought carrots. I have to admit.
Also, there was that thing called Bahamut there, but don't worry about that.
That's just like a little whatever.
It's not like Rydia's in the party or anything. No. Technically, it's Rydia's best thing. Honestly, at this point, Sorbs is set up very well for this. Has an Artibo in his inventory, knows where the tiara is, and Blarg. That's kind of your combo that gets you through I'd say the solid first half of the game. Is just let her Blarg things.
Definitely. Yeah, it's just so easy.
Yeah, like it doesn't distinguish, it doesn't discriminate, like ogres can't stand up against it, it's just Blarg. So.
Great equalizer.
Yeah, very much so. Hey, we're checking the Chocobo Forest.
I think that was just $70 in there, so
Oh. Ow. I think somebody ran this seed already and just took 99% of the money out of all the treasure chests. Just left a couple pennies behind.
That seemed picked over.
Little piece of paper in there said, next time.
We got our first Ordeals boss here. We got the dolls.
They don't stand up to Blarg or Stardust Rod very well.
No, they do not.
No. Question is, Ordeals fade better on this flag set, or should I quit that habit? That's a great question.
Yeah, that is interesting. I mean, Ordeals doesn't pack as much of a punch necessarily as it does in more traditional flag sets, but honestly, I mean, you have a Cecil, obviously they have a Tella, and there is potentially a key item here, so kind of depends on the seed. And and the party, as Funnel Cake says in chat.
It's a difficult call. They know there's a Rosa in bed. So there's a white mage that exists. You don't know when you're going to get her, but she's there.
Right.
D-Mist is out of the pool. So you're coming up here specifically to get Tella online. At this point, you can't bank on Cecil being in the seed, so you just ignore that part immediately. So what does this do for you? It's basically Tella, and it's giving you access to the rest of these spells. So am I against it? No. not at all.
I would probably be doing the same thing, honestly, with the Tella and the party.
Yeah, and it's also a K main check too. So, like, you look at our key item list right now, we're at 2. Well, Sorbs is a 1, but we're at 2. It's not outside the realm of possibility. So,
and yeah, so far, you know, there hasn't been any incredibly nasty bosses for them up here.
No. No, usually like there's a talk about, you know, like Fey and Ordeals until you have like an amount of power that you would just like one-shot things really quick. I mean, already lit arrow Edward is pretty good. Like that'll get through a lot really fast. So, even if they didn't, like Blarg just goes right through this. So
Ed's the hero here, so he's gonna have to face the Paladin room alone.
Ah, 1-on-1. Not that we've ever seen a gauntlet in here before.
Oh no,
never happens. No, what are you talking about? What do we get? That's
Legend
actually
sword.
that's a functionally useful item. So, and a Bahamut, which, hey, you know what? If you want to be lazy, just throw up a Star Veil and grab your favorite beverage and have a drink, or just hold A. That works too.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. All right. Tella's online. You have access to his full battery of spells now. You know, he already came with Blink, but Slow, Wall, Virus. Shouldn't really need Virus that much. Cure 4. That's a pretty good one.
It always seems like a good idea to have Telecast Virus, but...
Yeah, but then you look at the rest of the party, it's like, yeah, but Rydia does Blarg. Like, do I really need telecasting Virus? Like,
And Sorbs is through as well without any trouble.
Yeah. So the question is, where do we go?
Yeah, I was actually about to ask, do you think we're going to see Guerin in next?
So, well, the question is, at least right now, I didn't really pay attention how much money they pulled off of Hobbs. Or not Hobbs, Ordeals. So, do either of them have the 85 grand for Blarg?
Yeah, I guess I kind of blinked and missed that as well.
Yeah,
so we'll see where...
so we're not seeing anyone go immediately north yet to be like, I need to go buy that orb. Need that orb in my life, please.
Guerin is probably going for the Baron Inn run here.
Yeah. What this does show, at least early on, you know, we talked about, you know, the fact that it's not SMS where everything's free and just go buy 99 of everything. You know, you have to get money somehow. But the characters, they're expensive. Like Blarg is 85 grand. Edge's swords are 90 plus each. And Artibo is 80. Like you're pushing $500,000 already. Obviously you don't need all of the gear to make it work, but you're gonna want a few key pieces. And as Sorbs is going back, he must have hit 85. That's why he's going back. Yep. Like I said, this will... Yeah. And there it is.
We will buy this now. Thank you.
There's our boy. Good job. Carrots, very useful item.
Good for your vision.
Yeah.
I hear.
Use them in the right spot. They call it Chocobo. You feed it a crystal sword. Chocobo is happy. You know. Yeah. It's like that.
So the online Tella throws a nice 3 at Ruby on Guerin's side, and, you know, he's feeling pretty good about Ordeals.
Yeah, that didn't last long at all.
No.
Hey, look, it's a functionally useless item. Yeah.
It's just a place filler in this flag set. It's very interesting.
It is. I've heard rumors, by the way, that you know, when you take that crystal up to Zeramus to quote unquote do the fight that you don't need to do in this flag set, he's not there. He's gone. Just doesn't exist. I hear he's partying with all the foos in the back.
Yeah.
Sorbs with his magma key.
Yep, getting his magma key there.
Yep. Wait, did Guerin?
And Guerin's going for the Bahamut, yeah.
Do we have 85 grand now? Wait a minute.
Follow the money.
Yep, we sure do. I love it. For anybody that's like watching, it's like, oh yeah, but that's extra flight time. You have to go back. I think you're underestimating the exact power of Blarg and what it does. Because you're about to find out, because that's all we're gonna see here for a while. So
I hope you like Mega Nuke.
Yeah, because there's gonna be a lot of it flying.
So Guerin's heading over to Eblan Castle, gonna hit some of those trap chests there. Maybe pick up some more key items, hopefully.
Yep. I hear they're all allergic to Blarg. Go figure.
You know?
Yeah.
And the thing about the initial starting kit in this flag set too is you do get 3 hourglass too, so it is kind of tempting to use them all in Eblan Castle. But if you can spare them for harder situations, definitely do. And yeah, Guerin's probably feeling pretty good about that.
Yeah, very much so. A lot of people will talk about this one where, you know, maybe you hold one back for like, I don't know, the hair dryers on the moon.
Yeah, I've done it with the warrior chest, you know, in the Fey March cave as well.
Exactly. Yeah, there's just certain fights that you don't want them taking turns, and yeah, those are a couple of them. So if you have the ability to one-shot these things, a la Blarg, as you're about to see. Mad Ogres, by the way, they have a ton of magic defense. Most spells do 1 damage to them. This does a little bit more.
Yeah, a little more.
So
I've also been pretty happy to have a spare hourglass in a hard alt gauntlet too in this flag set.
We just gotta find a character to wear it. Maybe he's out there. I don't know.
Oh, I missed it. What was it?
Was an Avenger. Yeah.
He could still be out there.
He could. I mean, we'd settle for patently average Kane, but
I know, it was like, you know, he or Kane. Either will do.
I mean, trust me, it feels bad if you're gonna throw that thing as a dart, but I would rather go trade it for like a Mura.
Right,
and call it a day. So that's just me. So yeah, it looks like both the runners have the same idea on their mind, is, hey, let's go to Eblan. It's like, you look at this character, you know, this character group, because it's too wildish, okay, well, crystal swords, etc., so forth, that you find here. There's a pretty decent chance that you're gonna find a key item or two in this location, just because of how the key item density works when K-Trap is turned on. It also leans very heavy towards what I call the 1-to-1 checks, where it is a single trap in a single area. So keep an eye on the runners. You may see some deviation later on where things like what we affectionately call the up dog check, that the warriors, hair dryers, the eyeball on the giant, those are all single checks. Both hook routes, both the steelmen and the ogres on the hook route, they are separate zones as well. They have very good chances of populating the key item. Speaking of key items, did you see that one?
Did we just get the pan?
We did.
That is an objective.
It is. We are a hook away, basically, from quasi, almost, maybe go mode.
Go mode creeps up on you in this flag set, too. That is another interesting factor.
It does, and it makes it a lot of fun, because a lot of runners, I mean, I hate to say it, you find it early enough, you'll panic. It's like, great, I have everything I need to finish the game. How do I finish the game again?
Yeah. It's an interesting thing because all of the experience in this flag set only comes from bosses and trap chests, so we don't really have traditional grinds going on. There's you're not going to see any D machine, you're not going to see any egg, none of that stuff.
No horseman grind. Call out tie ball for that one because it's funny. But no sirens, no Mac giants, nothing of that nature. So yeah, you have to plan, I guess, sort of like how your XP is coming to your characters. So, you know, do you do Eblan early? Of course you can. But at that point, Radio wouldn't have gotten the levels. So now she maybe has 1 charge of Blarg available to her. So there's a lot of planning that goes into this flag set, as random as it is. And people, you know, to use the saying, you know, running around like a chicken with their head cut off. um, just going every direction. There's still a plan in your mind on how am I going to get the levels I need to finish the game.
Right, and even if you do something like you decide to go to Eblan early and just use your hourglasses, you might just find yourself kind of plinking through these difficult enemies forever.
Did you see what that was?
No, I didn't.
That was Forge.
Oh, so we have Forge.
The other half.
Beautiful. Wow.
Okay, so now we literally are a darkness crystal away from go mode.
Yep.
Okay, where's the darkness crystal? I mean, we could go so far as to say we are a hook and a Baron key away from there as well. Darkness tends to be the more common of the two. We may not even go to the moon.
It's very, very possible. I think one of the first times I ran this, I had a moon-free run, and it gave me a false impression. But it is possible.
It does, because you don't know what's sitting. Like right now, our runners, like here's Sorb's dumping the key. Guerin is right behind. You don't know what's sitting in that Fey March. You have an Edward hero, so the whole anchor thing and agility and all that jazz. That's out the window. These are very fast locations. You're going to have to figure out a way through them. Or you're going to have to go do something else.
Right, and since Edward's the hero, when we do Forge here, which I assume we're going to see, Ed is going to get one of his ultimate weapons, and I'm not 100% sure. Do you know, Martin, if those adjust his agility up as well?
They all do, and one of them actually adjusts them downwards. The Requiem harp is a -5 to his agility
right.
stat.
That's right. Yeah. That is interesting. We'll see what he gets here. Sorbius is about to forge.
I would say the most interesting one, though, that the runners honestly want to see is the Loki harp. And that basically hits any weakness. That's the big one that they want to get. Survey says.
We got the Apollo.
Okay. Apollo harp is still fantastic. Like.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to give Ed like some more utility, because that arty bow is nice on him, but you know.
Well, it allows you to move the arty bow onto somebody else.
Right.
So all of a sudden now, Ed with that Apollo harp is going to be fast, but you can have somebody now keep up with Ed. And that's kind of a big thing. So.
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah.
Might help here down in the Fey March, which Guerin's given us a view of.
We're going to get our first look. What is it?
Ooh, I thought Guerin was going to miss that chest for a second.
Just a
I've done it.
sword.
Yeah, it's just a long sword.
It's fine. So yeah, Sorb's turning in the pan. It's an objective. It's 2 key items that's coming out of this between Sheila 1 and 2. So, either one of those being darkness, hey, you're in a good place. If it's the hook and the Baron key, you're still in a good place. All right, what is it?
Ooh, we have a Sparkle and Kanatsu there.
That Kanatsu is going to be fast, but it's not the bad spot. This is interesting.
And we have a Wyvern at King's spot.
Okay. First point of contention, I disagree with Guerin resetting out of that. You know why?
Well, we actually have Witchburn flag on in this flag set, so Wyvern could do many things there, including retreat.
Or explode, or
right. So
anything that Wyvern just goes away.
Right. Yeah, it's always good to kind of check and see what spell you're dealing with there.
Yeah, because you may need to. Well, yeah, and Bus brings up a point like Hug, something where you need like a status item to block whatever it does. So all of a sudden it's like, okay, I need a ribbon, or I need a wizard hat, or I need something to stop Wyvern from completely blasting my party.
Right. I understand the impulse to just reset right out of there, though, because you see that sprite and you're just like, nope.
I can't do this right now. Nah, I'm good. Although that Apollo harp, that makes it fun. The Apollo harp doesn't like dragons very much.
Ooh, that is a really, really good point.
Yeah. So, Wyvern's going to be in for a rough time when we get back to him. So.
Looks like Guerin's going for the warrior chest here and has float, of course, because Tella's fully online, which is really helpful going through these caves if you do want to hit the traps. Ooh.
Lesson learned,
Edge.
folks. If I can teach you this, either A, buy ether 1s or ether 2s in a shop, or B, keep an eye on your MP.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah, because having Blarg before you do that fight, kind of handy. Oh, are we gonna stay at the? We're staying at the Marriott.
Fancy.
Yeah.
And yeah, Blarg is an expensive date. Like, definitely taking a lot of MP there.
Very much so. So, Sorb's turned in the pan. I saw a package, and I don't see much else. So, Sheila did not have the goods today.
No, and since we know Demist is off the table, that package check is kind of a cul-de-sac there.
You're 32 minutes in. You don't have a crystal sword in your inventory, so how attached are you to that possibly being Cecil? Not really.
It's like slightly back of the head tempting, but yeah.
Yeah, so. All right, first boss of Dwarf 1. Oh, well. They're about to have a bad day.
Yeah, these guys are.
Yeah.
They can do their little dance.
Yeah. One good thing about this, even without the whole Ordeals thing for Tella, one good thing about this, though, because of Rydia, you pretty much have warp immediately, and that glitch is active at this flag set.
That's true, yeah, and if you have a warp caster, it makes this check really, really viable.
Yeah, we've seen too many times where, like, Lukaki buries something you're gonna want, and being able to shortchange that via warp is, like, you can't put a value on that, so... I see why Sorbs is doing this immediately, is you have warp, it's 2 checks. It's a good amount of XP, too. I mean, it's, 42,000 coming out of here. And a gated character.
Right. Could be Cecil.
Could be.
And Guerin actually found the Earth Crystal in that warrior chest there.
Oh, that is money. Question is, do we go do it for the money? Oh, look at this. We didn't even have to sit through the sand room before. She's right there.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So nice.
Easy Rosa.
Yep. Seems to be a theme to the seed so far. It involves a Bahamut and 7,000 damage. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, no, Guerin in that Earth Crystal. It's not an objective, but boy, is it a lot of money in that treasury. Average value in that treasury is 330,000.
Yeah,
I personally have seen it as high as 620. I've seen it as low as 170.
Yeah, I think last time I did that, I hit around 5, and it was like,
you can afford literally everything for the rest of the seed now. It's like, oh yeah, two Muras? Sure. Oh, 2 Masas too? Yeah, okay, I'll take those as well. And
see the warp glitch from Sorbius here, yep.
All right, was it?
It's a crystal sword.
Yeah. We have a crystal sword, we have Avenger, we lack the guy.
You can get many crystal swords in this flag set, too.
You can, yes. You also can get that. That is a spoon.
Ooh, yeah. So, might not be a Cecil with crystal sword, but you do have an Eddie with spoon, so... Feeling pretty decent about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, and people are probably thinking, well, why do you need the spoon when you have an Apollo harp? Apollo harp is great against dragons. Spoon is kind of good against everything. So...
Yeah. I definitely am spoon over Apollo harp as well.
So, and also for some, like, if we're talking about, cutting seconds here and there, the Apollo harp has a very long animation time. Because of all the notes that hit, versus the spoon is just, well, it's a spoon.
Ed makes everyone sit down and listen when he's got a harp, so...
It is, He fires it, just goes da 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 da, and you're like, oh, please stop, please
Yeah.
stop. And then you berserk him, and oh, it just doesn't. It keeps going.
I don't think I've ever berserked a harp-bearing Ed, I have to say.
Oh,
I may have to try this.
You should try it. Sorb's taking a quick little detour here. More crystal rings? Yes.
Not a bad buy.
Yes. No, crystal rings, very important. So, oh, are we getting... You know what the bad part about this flag set is, I just realized?
What's that?
How are we supposed to rate their treasury when it's all money?
You know, they're all going to be money out of 10.
I just thought of that. Like, wait a minute. We can't even... Okay, so here's the thing, chat. Okay, so here's the thing, chat. So what you're looking for in the treasury, you're either looking for 107,000 or you're looking for 95. If you see either one of those two, that was either a crystal sword or an X-Scowl in the treasury. Other than that, don't worry about the rest of it. Yeah, it's an okay top line.
It's kind of...
Let's see, what do we have on the bottom? Nope. Look to be roughly 300,000, somewhere in that range.
I mean, you're not going to complain about that.
No. You'll probably find a use for it. So, as you immediately go into terrain.
Right.
What can I spend this not really hard-earned money on? Let me find something.
It's like winning the lottery. You can't help yourself.
Yeah. I have to go shopping immediately. Hey, look, it's a crystal sword.
Another crystal sword.
Oh. Okay. Well. Look. It feels bad when you buy one, and then you go do Dwarf and you do the warp glitch and you get the other one.
Right.
And then you feel kind of bad about it. You get over it, but you feel bad about it.
It is a momentary sting, though, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's money you didn't quote unquote need to spend, but so yeah, Guerin's going up Zot. Okay, so this is obviously part Zot. This is also partly the doggo check. Right,
and you might find yourself doing this even if you don't have the Earth Crystal in this flag set. Not just to check for demist at the Maga Sister spot, but, you know, there could be something pretty important in that flame dog chest.
Oh, you mean the Rex banner?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's the one that made it famous, though, so that's just what we call it. So, yeah, it looks like the doggo is populating the top, which, hey, we're going up anyways, so... Sorb's getting the news that, hey, guess what? Oh, the trap is vanilla. Oh. Of course it's the last one. All right, where is the doggo? Is it the bottom?
The last one?
Is it the bottom?
Oh,
it's
there we
the
go.
bottom. Yeah.
It's also kind of a nice, easy check, too. This dog doesn't really put up much of a fight, especially if you have anything ice at all. So it is kind of, you know, it is something you might see the runners do early as well.
Yeah, I personally, if I have the ability to do it via pick your poison, whether it's an ice claw, a blizzard spear that you use as an item, whatever it may be, I'll do it early because like I said, it's a 1-to-1. Oh, that...
Is that a...
You know, if I could get away with pushing my button on my mixer right now, I would. There's a rule. When you buy something and you find it within 5 chests... Yeah. It feels bad. So, hey, Flossie, cheers.
Cheers.
What was in Doggo? Doggo had a crystal sword.
Crystal sword, yeah.
Yeah.
And Sorbs is going to check the... Oh, is he saving first? Yeah, he's going to check the King-Queen spot there in Fey March, so maybe we'll see what the Witch Burn is.
Also, we have orbs. I hear orbs don't like Blarg.
You know, like many things.
Yeah, no, not a lot like Blarg. It's sad. I'm still not happy that Blarg is not considered a dragon, but it's fine. Yeah. Oh no, they're grow orbs. Anyways. Sorb's getting the news. Okay, Sorbs, don't reset. Just be patient. Just wait.
We have a mazer.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to come back. Oh, wait.
Sorbs is going for it here.
I mean, you could turn Ed. Oh no. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that's really fast. So not as fast as the spawn on the right, but it's fast.
I don't blame Sorbs for being tempted there, honestly, because you see that the mazer dude, and you're like, oh, maybe I can handle this.
It's a vessel. It's a vessel for an Avenger. He's right there.
Have a cane.
I think he's coming in the party. I was just waiting to be proven wrong. You are not throwing away Radiant. Wow.
Edge. Yeah, that's...
Throwing away Edge and taking the Palom. Edge is kind of expensive a gear, though.
Yeah, Edge needs a lot of equipment. Palom, I mean,
you just dart everything. Like, you go sell everything and buy all the Drain Spears, and just, that's all he does for the rest of the game. That's interesting. I'm curious to see how this plays out for him.
You're happy to have a Palom if you find yourself having to do the Sylph Cave trap chests, obviously, though, we do have Rydia who can learn Quake as well, so...
Yeah, she learns Quake very late, though, like mid-40s.
Yeah, Palom learns it, what is he
23.
at, like, 20?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, speaking of other bosses we don't want to see later on in the game, there's another one.
It's Baigen.
Yeah. That is Baigen here versus Baigen at Cave Bahamut or Masa. Give me this one all the time. And I would be a happy Martin. So, meanwhile, Sorb's still playing around with
nuke roulette there.
Yeah. This is Life Potion Roulette, so.
Yeah.
Calling out Blarg against Wyvern. I wonder if he has Veils up.
I actually didn't see that.
Not gonna matter.
Yeah, I don't, Ed putting out the damage, though, without Apollo Harp. Hanging in there.
Oh, look at that. That's a Baron key.
Interesting.
We're a hook or a Darkness Crystal away from go mode. Oh, boy.
Darkness Crystal being kind of elusive here.
Yeah. And you chase the Baron key immediately. It could, honestly, this could just lead to the hook or Darkness.
It really could, yeah.
Yeah. You buy the ribbon, yes. You buy the ribbon. Why? 1, you have an Edward. 2, there's an evil wall looming. Somewhere.
Yeah, you want that when you have a nasty evil wall, for sure.
So, Life Potion Roulette seems to be holding... Oh, no. As I say that. Yeah.
There's the reset.
Yeah. It's... like I said, this is tough. Because of the agility and the way it works. Like, you have to... Like, with Edge, and this is one of the things that I thought of when Guerin got rid of Edge, is with a fast hero, you need a way to slow down bosses. And honestly, the best way to slow them down is a Silk Web, and you can steal those.
Yeah, that is very true, and it's something I forget, that you can steal them from the centipedes that are right by Forge.
Yeah, by Forge or by the Sylph. Like, they are literally everywhere in the underworld except for where you find eggs at. So you just burn the siren, steal however many you need for the rest of the game, and off you go.
Right, and the starting kit does come with, I think, like 2 sirens anyway.
1
so
to 2 sirens.
You do have them. Okay, 1
Yep.
to 2.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, so you always have the ability to steal if you have the edge. So yeah, Sorb's leaving, going to do small eyeballs. Not Daddy Eyeball, he's on the giant. But yeah, this is another one of those K-trap plays that might pay off. Like, you may just find darkness down here.
There's 4 down here, so, and then plus the boss at the top, so even if you know, are doing keyless tower, there's quite a bit more value here than in a more traditional flag set, for sure.
Yeah. And there's a little bit of bias involved in this too. Like, you know, as you play these and you find like, oh, every time I go in tower, I find the tower key from an eyeball.
Right.
That looms in the back of your head. Like, oh, I'll just go to tower. It'll have the answer for me.
It's happened.
Sure,
it's happened to me, I think, like twice, and I expect it to happen every seed. It's true.
Yeah, exactly. So you might as well just come here. You know, it's fine. So, Guerin looks like is through Baron. Who comes waltzing out?
Could it be a Cecil? It's a Kane.
No.
Kane's everywhere.
Yeah, we tried. It's okay. The important part is what's going to happen next. What is in the trash can? And no, the answer is not, well, it might be possum too. But no, there's actually going to be something in the trash can.
Right. It took me a second. Possum.
Yes.
Let's see that darkness crystal.
Oh,
it's an Avenger. Well, we can dart one and not feel bad.
Yeah.
It always feels bad to dart an Avenger, even if you have like 9.
I mean, this does unlock the objective, though. So
that is very true.
Yeah.
So Baron Basement, Guerin will probably take a peek at that pretty immediately.
Yeah. You want to see who's down there. I mean, it could be somewhat free, but it's also a fast spot. Like, it rivals the Fey March spots in terms of agility. So this spot's gonna go fast. What would I like to see down here? I'd like to see an evil wall down here.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be bad, especially with how Guerin's geared up.
Yeah, you just need a hide Edward. That is not an evil
karate. Wall. And again, not a free boss, so even if we had a holy sword, we would have to kind of beat karate down to the the maximum amount of HP here, which
you remember how I said the tower usually has answers?
Yes.
It had the answer.
Did we?
There
it is.
Last eyeball going up.
Wow. All right. So Sorbius has darkness there.
Yeah.
And he's going to clean out the tower and take on this Leviathan that's hanging out.
Yeah. Probably more for the XP, I would think. Because right now, if you count, he is at 11 key items. So this is 52,000 experience up here, and this is not a difficult fight. So take the XP and then decide how you're going to finish this game. You know, do you do the moon first? Do you take another swing at the Fey March?
Yeah, this is always kind of the point in the seed where, you start really scratching your head.
Yeah.
The Fey March that we have here isn't nice, so you may want to, hedge your bets and go up to the moon, but you never really know what's waiting for you up there either.
Yeah.
We have not seen Ogo Pogo. We have not seen Alt Gauntlet.
Nope. The big thing for the moon, though, they are slower spots
that is
the Fey
true.
March. So that may push Sorbs up there. He may somehow 10 minutes into the future be hearing us right now and may just go steal Silk Webs immediately after this, knowing, okay, I need to kill 4 bosses. They're all fast. I need to slow them down immediately. Yes, he has he has 1.5 white mages. But I'm a fan of using a Silk Web as an item and letting my other casters cast Blink rather than trying to dump multiple slows with them. Or you could just find the hook, and now you get to fade something.
That is, there you go.
Wow. Okay, pick your fade. Yeah.
This has definitely been a tower.
Yeah, I think at this point, now you're going moon immediately.
I think so too.
If something's bad up there, you leave it and you're coming back to Earth for the finish.
Right. You pretty much have all the options out on the table for you now.
So yeah, that is super ultra mega go mode. Wow. Darkness was nice. The hook was just that's the cherry on top. Just ding. I always eat the cherry first. I can't help it.
Who eats it last? Weird.
Look, some people don't eat the cherry. They just put it on the napkin next to them, and then I just kind of reach out and grab it, and they look at me, and I'm like, "You weren't gonna eat it." I'm just, so.
Once it hits the napkin, it's fair game.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we know this can't turn into the Baron key. Does it turn into anything we might want? I don't know, maybe a sword for edge?
Yeah, I mean, I can see this check for sure, just to make sure.
Well, this is an objective, like the pink tail.
Oh, that's right.
It's like, what do we want?
I was thinking rat for a second. It's an illusion. It's all an illusion. Man,
that was worth it. Actually, believe it, it's actually not a bad item. It isn't. I mean that.
Yeah, okay. You have a dragoon spear. There could be some utility there.
Sure, wyvern. Like that. Now you have an Apollo and a. Okay, show of hands. Who's done that in the last 24 hours? I have.
You know.
Always. No matter how many times I tell myself when I go in to turn a tail that the hovercraft is on the left, I always walk down when I come out. It's like. Ugh. Go back in, leave, hold left, get on the hovercraft. Parking, it's a thing.
Parking is a major issue here in free enterprise.
It is.
So Sorbs is going to the moon.
We have a whale cutscene, so hey, guess what? We can tell you, please go follow the runners. Go follow the runners. Go follow the restreamer. Go follow Scala. Go follow Flossie. Just go follow everybody.
I follow Martin.
Yeah. Go. Yeah. See, look at all this in chat. Yeah. Click all those. Click all those and then click the follow button.
They're all good. You know you want to.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't already follow all of them, so. And don't spam unfollow and follow. That's not nice. Don't do that. So Guerin, although hot on the heels, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. Anything can happen on the moon, so Guerin's about ready to know everything Sorbs knows here very soon.
Guerin's not gonna have to go to the moon.
Oh, that's right.
Hook Pinktail has Baron Key in his hand.
That's right.
Never has to leave.
This is the kind of race you want to see as a viewer.
Yeah.
Like the two very divergent paths. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, so here's the question though, and this is what we're waiting for. You open these, you hit that last chest up top. You get the darkness crystal, you're in go mode. Why are you killing Leviathan?
Right.
It has to be exactly for the experience.
I know.
So,
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Guerin chooses to do that.
Yeah, or just fades it and walks out. Like that's a tough call.
Yeah. I mean, if Guerin's feeling behind it all, you know, he might just like jam out of there. It'll be interesting to see.
All right, how bad?
Oh, we got that evil.
Hey, we found the wall.
There we go.
You notice Sorbs didn't reset. It's like, I got this.
Easy.
It's called a ribbon. And I'm pretty sure, I'm hoping it's on Edward.
I'm pretty sure I saw it on Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Sorb, yeah.
Oh, wow. He's going to, no, he's going to try and race it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm here for this. Let's see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
So, obviously, there's two ways to kill this wall. A, you do more damage than it does to you, and you win. B, you hide Edward with a ribbon. He does damage to himself. And then when he gets to what we affectionately call crush depth, you bring Ed out. He can't crush Edward because of the ribbon. And you just hold A with Edward and beat the wall.
So it looks like Sorbs is opting out of the evil wall fight for now.
Yeah. I wonder if he bought a ribbon.
Yeah, I thought that he had, but possibly could be. I've been wrong before.
Yeah. It's one of those interesting early game purchases. Like, if you see it, it's in the back of your head to remember.
Right,
But
it's not like an instant
$65,000.
grab necessarily, but yeah. Blue Wizard in chat is saying Guerin bought the ribbon from Baron.
Yeah.
So
if Guerin goes to the moon, that's the solution. So. All right, well, we have a 2-minute walk going down to Masa, and Guerin is almost at the correct eyeball. Yes, ribbon does prevent crush. Yeah. Yeah, that is Eddie hide strats against the ribbon.
Yeah, ribbon is so good.
It's great.
Now, again, luckily, the trap chests up here are not going to contain any key items, so... Because when I first read through this flag set, I kind of misread it and was like, I don't know, I think the last time I fought, Red Dragons was like 1998, so I'm a little scared. But you don't have to.
Yeah, Bimmy and Jimmy, or Jimmy and Jimmy, depending which one you open. Yes. All right, and Guerin's prize. To no surprise of anyone. It's the Darkness Crystal.
What are you going to do, Guerin?
It's going up.
Doing it. Cleaning
going
it out.
up. All right, so the moon is now optional for Guerin. How interesting. See, this is quality entertainment here. They're both in go mode, but they're doing completely different things.
I agree. This is the race I wanted to do comms for sure.
Yeah, and I guess spend it with you in the booth. It's great.
Absolutely, Martin. I was very happy to hear that we were being reunited again.
Yeah. And we've done so well today too, because by the way, folks, in case you didn't know, we're both Team No Springs as well. I'm minion number 4. The lady to my right, she's our illustrious leader. So we have been very unbiased in our commentary tonight. So
you would never even know we were.
No, you'd have no idea.
Tooting our own horn here.
Yeah. There's a Masa.
We have Ogo.
Vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla.
Yeah. So here's the problem with this fight. You know that Blarg thing we leaned on so much earlier? It's a bad idea here. You probably don't want to do that.
As tempting as it is,
you
will counter, and it will be nasty.
Yeah. So yeah, this is once again, these are a lot of DPS races here. So we're gonna turn probably Edge and the Bard loose. And we're just gonna hope that between Blink and some very specific targeting that we get through this.
Yeah, very, very possible, very doable, but also dicey and tense.
I have done this fight recently with 4 characters at level 30-ish, with a lot of Blink and a Silk Web and a Dream. And
the Dream, you need the Dream.
It's a special fight. So it's
absolutely
doable.
Yeah.
But it can fall apart in the blink of an eye. So yeah, I think Guerin definitely has got the easier side of this one. I say that facing down a Yang, a Turtle, and a Wyvern. But compared to what we've seen on the moon, I think Guerin's got the better end of this deal.
Yeah, and that Wyvern with his, Mazer opener. Yeah, very, very doable at this point for Guerin.
Yeah. And, the Goon Spear. You have the Goon Spear, you have the Avenger, you have the Apollo Harp. Like, you have the damage to get through that fight. So, yeah, and Guerin realized it's like, okay, I need to finish this. So, let me go do these. So yeah, I'd like to say one or the other is on the clock, but they're kind of both on the clock right now. So also to Sorbius's point, maybe Sorbs just fades the wall. Maybe
It's
Sorbs
very
is
possible.
like, like going back to Earth, buying the ribbon, and then coming back. Like, or I could just do the 2 fights in the March and call it a day.
I mean, and yeah, that's the thing about this flag set with all the shopping is you do end up, doing some backtracking. There's never really ever going to be a perfect sweep where you get absolutely everything you need, or well, at least it hasn't happened to me. But so backtracking is a thing.
As far as on Sorbs' side right now, it looks like there's enough blinks up and running right now. Between that and Brosa, with that HP total, might have Cure 3 question mark? If not, you can always just lean on Tella and Cure 4. I can't believe I just said that. But yes, it does exist. And get through the fight that way. So.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good for Sorbius.
Yeah, this, like I said, it comes down that wall. Does he just decide, I'm going to go back to Earth and deal with those two?
And there is Ogre down.
Yeah, very good fight. Very well played out.
Absolutely. Yeah, it didn't even feel as tense as it could be.
No,
that is
a challenging fight. Like that's not easy to execute.
And yeah, did Guerin wipe at that Kanatsu, or did he beat it? I was looking at the other side.
That was a wipe.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, one of the things, and I can't probably tell people this enough too. The big thing about this, to me, this flag set, and this is coming from someone who's run a fair amount of these, get through the fight the first time.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. If you have to drop your battle speed, whatever you need to do, just get through the fight the first time. Don't sit there and be like, oh, I can do this on battle speed 1 and just whatever. These spots, without being able to tinker with your agility, especially with an Edward hero, your margin for error is 0. Like, either you get everything right or you're dead. And usually you can tell in about the first 30 seconds whether that's the case or not.
Yeah, so. And in a race, if you go into a boss and you feel like you have to reset a couple times, it's definitely bad for morale too. So you want to try and prep yourself as much as you can.
Oh, I had this, I was so close, and then Wyvern got 2 turns in a row, and
ask me how I know.
Yeah, so also for anybody wondering, like this Kenazo, for example, part of the starting kit does come with 10 Thor Rages, so you do have a route through that fight.
Yeah, with that early Odin, I'm not sure that either of our runners really had to use any of them. Oh no, yeah, so Sorbs I just saw still has 10. Yeah.
So if you need to shut down the waves, like the kit comes with it, because there are no J items in the seed, at least you have a way to stop that. Because I haven't seen a Kenazo at like the Giant in the last 2 hours. Sometimes that's a thing.
Right.
So
yeah.
Turtle first. Honestly, it's probably the harder of the 2 fights.
Yeah, I think so too here.
Yeah.
Queen spot scares me. It really does. It can be fast and mean.
It is 66 agility. It gets turns, and it gets a lot of them.
Now, Martin, is it the fastest spot in the game, or
no?
Okay, what would that be?
Z's agility is 69.
Okay, right.
Elements is 89.
Elements, gotcha. Yes. Ooh, that's a bad spot.
Elements is fast. So depending what boss you put up there, the turtle may just wave at you without you getting a turn, and you just explode. Or drown, whatever, however you want to spin that one. Oh no, Kane! Anyway.
Right.
Now, something interesting I haven't seen either runner do yet against Wyvern. Maybe Sorbs does it. on the next fight. Flipping from the spoon to the Apollo harp because of the bonus against dragons. And turning Ed loose with the harp on. Not starting with it because of the agility reasoning, but flipping to it and then turning him loose.
Yeah, because he's going to take on the damage of the harp.
The weapon.
The first weapon. Yeah.
So.
Which is what you generally see with what people call the Avenger glitch. Mm-hmm. So you have, like, you know, your nice crystal sword, switch over to Avenger. I know. And then you're basically just zerked with the crystal sword.
Mm-hmm. Question from chat. Octomam's agility, if we're talking the waterfall, I believe it is 32. Yeah, it's basically the fastest overworld spot you will find.
Another tricky spot.
Short of their basement, but yeah, whatever, it's fine. Kainazo, meet Blarg.
There we go.
Kainazo, goodbye.
Yeah, Sorbs is through.
So meanwhile, Guerin holding on to this wyvern fight. It's not an easy fight. Like, is doing very well. It's honestly, it's life potion roulette. Like, you're basically just reviving people, hoping Kane runs with the Avenger.
Right, because he's gonna nuke you no matter what, so it's just kind of a whack-a-mole game at this point.
Sorbs not swagging the wyvern. Gee, I wonder why.
I know.
You're at 5 objectives. Do you really want to redo that turtle? No.
I don't blame him.
No, not at all. Not for a second. So yeah, this has been a really good seed. I've appreciated this one.
Yeah, it's been really fun. There's been a lot of like different branching options to choose from.
Guerin, this is getting awfully iffy. Eek. Please kill.
Oh, wow. GG, Guerin. Oh, it feels good. It's too good.
That's where your finger is just hovering over the reset button, like, this never kills. Like, I'm gonna be short by like 100
I know,
damage.
and it was like 1200, and I was like, there's no way. Yeah.
There's no way. Wow. Great fight. Yeah, Karen's like, no, we're gonna go leave and do something else.
We shan't be doing that.
Yeah. I got a pigtail turn in. I got other things to do. Yeah, so you see Eddie's damage right here, folks? You see that? Almost 7,000 coming out of the guy with the harp. It's pretty good. And he just keeps going.
Yeah, that harp is definitely doing work for Sorbius here.
Yeah. And before you know it, the fight's over.
That dragon weakness.
Yeah, comes in handy. So meanwhile, Guerin turning in. We are at 4 objectives, but unfortunately for Guerin, Sorbius is done with objective 6, and here's the message. There it is.
There it is. We have a winner here.
Sorbius.
GG Sorbius. Yep.
Yeah, your winner tonight. Time of 1:10:13.
Wonderful time and a really, really fun seed.
Yeah, very much so. We'll have to see if we can get Sorbs in here for an interview. But yeah, great match. Great match. Like I said, these are fun because, you know, as Chad has seen, 2 wildly different routes to this, and for this one, well, Sorbius got the route right, and speak of the devil. Hi, Sorbs.
Hi.
Hi, Sorbs. GG.
GG.
Wonderfully played.
Yeah. So, what'd you think of the seed?
That was a collection of bosses that got progressively ruder as I went towards the moon.
You know, it was funny. We talked about the early game and the bosses and how DKC, Feigen, we saw so many of them out of the pool early. It's like, okay, well, there can't be that many left. they were
what could
bad.
possibly be on the moon? That would be a problem.
And then you ran into, well, those two.
I almost said Ogo at one point, and then it was like, nah, that could never happen. How?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your fault then, Flossie.
Yeah. Well, noted.
The evil wall. I'm guessing you didn't find the ribbon for sale, or you did and you didn't want to go back for it.
Yeah, no, I didn't have a ribbon. I would have done that 100% if I had. I hope Kamasa would give me one as a reward, and then I wouldn't have to do Kanazo, but here we are.
Yeah, no, very, very well played. Like I was talking about before you came in, two very different routes to doing this. Chasing the Earth Crystal led to the Baron Key.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so there was a route which Guerin currently is running where you don't have to go to the moon at all. So
yeah, it was on my radar as a thing that might happen, but
yeah,
I wasn't going to chase Zot with Go Mode and what couldn't possibly be two worse bosses on the moon, right?
Sure, makes sense.
Hey, but your Ogo Pogo fight was fantastic. Very, very well played. That is
weirdly that clutch illusion that I got from something.
Right? The rat tail turn?
Yeah, was it pink tail, rat tail? Yeah.
Yeah, this tier 5, like, what am I gonna do with this thing? Oh, well, comes in handy. So, but yeah, wow. Obviously, you saw the Edward hero at the beginning, and you're just like, oh, yay, Edward. What were your thoughts as it progressed? Like, obviously, Rydia showed up. You saw the edge immediately in Baron Inn. Once you got that information, where were we at?
I mean, it pretty much only improved from seeing the Edward hero, because it started with Tella, who is low-key one of the best characters in this flag set, followed by Rydia and then Edge, who are two of the other two best characters not named Cecil in this flag set.
Yes.
It felt pretty good. I regret skipping a lot of shopping on the overworlds and underworlds. I found crystal rings and stardust rods and Bahamut, and that was pretty much all I bought.
I mean, you leaned on them, and it worked really well.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't really all that critical of your shopping pattern there. It seemed like you kind of just were going for efficiency, and you did well.
Yeah, there reaches a point in these where it's like, what would I even buy if I saw it? And, with the party I had at that time, it's like, I don't think there's anything I would even buy if I saw it, so I'm just going to stop shopping.
Yeah. And then you went to the moon.
And I really wished I had found a ribbon.
Yeah, the ribbon, yeah.
We're just going to finish that, everything you say now. Yeah, and then
I would
you
have
went
saved
to the
like
moon.
5 minutes if I'd had a ribbon.
So, yeah, no. Flossie, you have any questions for Sorbs?
No, I mean, it was interesting to see because, everyone laughs about the Eddie start, but it definitely got, he had almost as good of a supporting cast as he could have, so I'm sure that felt pretty good while you were running.
Yeah, Edward's not the worst hero, especially if you get the Forge. His weapons are quite good. Notably, Dragon Slaying Apollo Harp.
That was pretty something special right there. I actually didn't know that was Dragon Strong, so I learned something today.
I historically, possibly famously, got very burned in a race in Blue Moon, not knowing what Edward's harps do. So I've learned what Edward's harps do.
Yeah. I see.
Well, it proved to work out very well this seed. Obviously, congratulations. You got your team a win. So, well done.
How does that feel, team?
Look, we are supposed to be impartial and completely not biased here. So, you got your team a win, and I bet they are very proud of you, sir.
Absolutely.
So, well done, and go enjoy the rest of your night. So, enjoy the victory, and any final thoughts from you?
No. Thanks for putting this on. Flossie, thanks for putting Ogo at the Mesa Moon altar.
You're welcome.
That was fun. And I'll catch y'all later. Bye.
All right. Bye.
GG Sorbs.
And then he went to the moon. No, he's already gone. Darn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, hey, Guerin's on the moon, though. That counts.
Yeah, and Guerin actually has the ribbon, so we're going to see what he decides to do with this evil wall here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very simple thing. Ed just needs to be alive to hide him.
It's
Maybe
kind
he
of a
already
thing of beauty when it happens.
I was like, maybe he already has the ribbon on Edward. We're gonna find out here.
I want to say I thought I saw someone put a ribbon on someone at some point. So.
Hide? No, he's going full
No
on
hide.
DPS on
Okay,
this.
okay.
So, okay. Unfortunately, yeah, that was the back row, so this took 2,300.
Yeah, that's pretty harsh.
Oh, well, not to be outdone by front row Kane. See, this is what we're gonna run to in the tournament, and I'm a masochist at heart. The very first seed I rolled of this, when this flag set was announced, I saw the flag set, and my first thought through my head after I read the entire flag set was, oh, okay, it's supermarket sweep with like an extra step. You just have to go get money, etc. So forth. It's fine. Do the seed, and I was down to literally the Masa altar as my last objective. It was that or go with the giant. It was one of the two. It's like, oh, okay, I'll just go down the Masa altar, finish the game, whatever. Dark Knight Cecil's down there. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's not happening. Okay, let me just turn around. We're going to go with the giant now, and we're going to do this instead. That was 65,000 HP at D-Mist, followed immediately right behind Bacchus.
God, wow.
It's like, so that's what this flag set can do to you.
Yes.
Okay.
I think too. I again had like my first run through this was really quick. Didn't have to go to the moon, and it did give me kind of a wacky impression of how this can go down. So I totally feel you on that.
Yeah. So we've seen like this one had its rough spots. Overall, not terrible, but this moon has not been kind.
Right.
To either runner.
Yeah. I believe Guerin put his ribbon on Rosa.
Okay.
For this attempt here.
Okay. Guerin may not know the whole hide thing with Eddie. So that I would say it's like niche tech or anything like that, but it's if you've been around the block, you know that Ed can solo Z on his own via hide and some creative maneuvering. This fight he does very well in. Also Odin he has a shot at doing Thunderstruck with. So he has his talents.
Right. I mean, and it is kind of one of the fun things about the game. There's always kind of niche things here and there that, you run it for a while, you still learn things, so.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing this game for years. I still learn new things.
Right, I know.
So. I have all sorts of useless information locked up in here. Boy, can I tell you.
Yeah, just the other day I learned that, like Bluff, you don't have to redo it between each spell, I know.
Yeah, no, it stacks even if he dies.
Yeah.
It's still there. Yeah.
I was just like, that's a revelation. Thank you.
I guess I'll probably tell you don't switch weaponry when you do it.
Right.
Yeah, otherwise it resets his stat. So, yeah.
But yeah, once you're bluffed, you're bluffed.
I think Kane has taken probably, 12 to 15,000 damage this fight. Seems like every time he gets up, he takes 2,600 to the face.
Definite Kane haters club here.
Yeah. Now, if Ed had the ribbon on right here, just hide him.
Right,
right. Berserked. Darn it.
He's berserked, yeah. There might be some Hail Marying going on here. We'll see.
So for anybody wondering that, hasn't been around for the chat, so the wall doesn't know what to do when there's no targets for it to hit, so it hits itself. In this spot, it hits itself for anywhere between about 2,200 to 3,000. The spot has 37,000 HP. So it can do a good chunk, if not kill it outright. Killing it, it's a bit of effort. It usually gets close, but it won't get there. You hide Edward until it gets all the way down where it's not moving anymore, and you bring Edward out with a ribbon on, and then just hold A. With a spoon or whatever your weapon of choice for Edward is, and the wall can't kill you. So you just kill it with Edward, and you're done.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when it comes up.
Makes you feel like an amazing player when it's like, wait, I know how to do this. Hold on.
The first time I ever did it, I definitely felt pretty cool.
Yeah. This is day one.
Right.
We have like 8,
yeah, there's
10,
a lot
11.
of
We have a
tournament.
lot of weeks left at this.
There's like a beefy chunk of tournament left to go, for sure.
This is great.
I know. It's my favorite. I love tournament season for Free Enterprise.
It's always a good time. It's a lot of fun.
It really is. A great community too. Like, you know, the stuff that the admins put on, it's pretty incredible. They do a lot of work, obviously.
I always tell Scala she works too hard. I feel like I'm like, you know, she probably thinks, you know, like, oh, Martin, you tell me this all the time. I know. She does work too hard. All the admins work too hard.
Yeah. It's labor of love, obviously.
Yeah. Except for Possum, he doesn't work that hard.
Yeah. And then, the Discord link is there in the chat. If anyone's wondering, it's a great community. Go in there. There's a newbie channel. You know, I learn everything from the community. So
I hope you didn't learn it from us, because boy, we are not the teachers for you.
So Ed zerked again, So we'll see if he can out damage here.
I think this has now turned into just like keep blinks, just rotate blinks, and just like
I think probably doable. You know, with a little luck here.
I think one of the big things, honestly, if he can find time, and here's the dangerous part right here. This hit needs to go on Edward.
Ooh.
So unfortunately, the wall cheats.
Yeah.
The wall always cheats. The issue is you want to have what we call turn parity with the wall. We'd like to have a 1-to-1 action with the wall. Usually that involves slowing down the wall via Silk Web, Slow Cast, whatever it may be. Having the wall get 2 turns to everyone with a solo blink caster, you don't have a great way of keeping that together. So
and you were saying that's basically mitigated with 1 slow caster. Would you have to do 2?
Slow casts.
2. Okay.
Yeah. That's why once again Silk Webs are so valuable, which unfortunately Guerin got rid of Edge, but stealing those from the centipedes. When you have high agility heroes, those like think of it like condensing actions. It's same thing for Bacchus. Like you want your white mages basically protecting the party, which usually involves blink. So how do you short? Because you want blink, you want berserk, you want slow, you want all these things. But while you're putting all those up, you don't want to die. So the quickest way to do those is items that do it for you. So, you know, don't discount the fact, and you'll see this during the tournament, like people that run Edge or, you know, have access to an Edge, like they'll take the ogres in Eblan, use an hourglass, and when they get to the last one, they'll try and steal, I don't know, 3 to 5 Bacchus from them before they kill them. Because they'll find use during the rest of the season.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, sometimes you run through this with no white mages, no Tella, you know, you don't have any sources of Zerg. So if you have a couple Bacchus wines under your belt, you're feeling pretty good. Yeah,
and you're definitely holding them for fights like exactly what we're seeing, where it's like, I need my white mage to protect me, but I need Berserk to shut down them from getting turns. So if you can do both on the very first 2 actions of the fight, hey, more power to you.
I'm writing this down.
So, yeah, no, you'll see a lot of that. And the really nice part about it is when they developed this flag set, they thought about a lot of this. That's why the starting kits are what they are.
Right. It's evident when you run it, because when you first see this flag set, it seems intimidating. It's really unique. It just seems almost kind of like wacky or all over the place, but it's like a pretty well-oiled machine when you start doing it.
Yeah, you understand why it was built and how it was built.
Right.
Even though it is still literally, once again, back to chicken with head cut off. There's no rhyme or reason to this flag set.
Yeah, the routing is what it is. It's just, you know,
yeah.
do what you need to do.
Yeah, and when we get to the 4-player restreams, where you see like 2 races going on at the same, like 4 players on screen, all with the same seed, I'm glad they're running 2 trackers, because I don't think a single person could keep up with 4 people in this flag set going every which way.
Right. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, that would hurt parts of me I really don't want to hurt. So...
Guerin's finding good old Ogopogo in his vanilla spot here.
So yeah, 2 or 3 out. We're probably gonna see, probably flip to an Avenger. Oh no, that's not the character.
Oh, Rosa.
Immediately. Yeah, because now it's bop bop.
And there
here
goes
comes the
Kane.
other wave, and yeah, there's some RNG involved in this. Battle speed. Yeah, you may even see it. Like I saw today. I'll use Rybon as an example. He was running a practice seed today. He dropped a battle speed 6 for a fight.
Yeah.
Usually you save that for like Wyvern standard time. But sometimes you have to do that. Like you need the time to get the actions in. Otherwise you're just dead. So there's no shame in like this fight here. There's no shame in doing that.
Oh, I would be zipping that thing down to 6 immediately.
Yeah. So just recognizing like that, and unfortunately RNG, it's RNG.
Sometimes you just have to take a reset, and that's the way it is for sure.
Yeah. Also part of it too, realizing when a fight falls apart. Like I know we all think we're great at this game. It's like, oh, I can hold it. I can, life potion, yada, 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 and eventually the fight still falls apart. But the really good ones recognize, okay, this fight ain't working, and reset immediately.
Right.
So yeah, to Guerin's credit, recognizing like, okay, this is not gonna work. And it's like, let me go change something and try it again.
It is tempting to push it when you're racing too, because you kind of feel like, well, this is it. Like I do need to be aggressive. I should push this. So I totally understand the temptation to kind of get in over your head. I've been there. So
this is also a slightly different fight from what we saw from Sorbs too. Sorbs had, Edge and Edward going. We can't seem to get Kane going because, well, the game just doesn't like Guerin right now.
And Barry's asking in chat if Guerin went as hard on the crystal rings. I'm not 100% sure. Did we see Guerin buy any crystal rings?
Might have bought a couple. Definitely did not make the trip back like Sorbs did to buy more.
No. I feel like there might have been one, maybe. But we definitely didn't go as hard up on them.
Yeah, comment from chat. That's why I tend to overlevel.
Oh, Mecha says he has one on Rosa. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, recognizing like if fights aren't working for you, like levels fix a lot of things. Where you get the levels from. So here's an interesting one. I know this is gonna sound weird, but like Guerin was up on the moon. You're right next door to the Ribbon Room. Ribbon is 200,000 experience.
That's true. Yeah. I get it is.
Stick your head in. Yeah, just look and be like, if it's a boss I can do like in a minute or so, get an extra, I don't know, 5-6 levels on people. Maybe that makes the difference.
Yeah, that is a great point.
So, yeah, and those are things that, I mean, even runners of, my caliber, like, we have to look at when we're playing these. Is, some of these fights you can do at level 20, 25, 30. Some of them you have no business doing at those levels. It's like, okay, I'm going to go do something else and get some levels and come back later. So, and you'll see that in routing. Like, as weird as it sounds doing the moon first before doing the march, it's like, but you're on Earth. Why aren't you doing the march? Because I need the levels. And the moon has slower spots, so I might be able to get through those and get my levels up there and then come back to Earth, which sounds like a big time waste when you think about it. But once again, we're back to, can I get through the fights the first time?
Right, and those Fey March spots, I mean, they're tricky. They're hard.
Yeah.
I honestly, that's probably where my biggest snag is in this flag set, is knowing when to just like tackle those and when to go to the moon for sure.
Yeah. And it's a feel thing. It's a lot of practice, like just the feel of the fights and knowing how fast they are and how your party is going to act. Which is tough because, like, it's an Edward hero. So your party isn't going to be... It's not the usual, oh, my anchor's in slot 1, so it's going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, and, you know, it's a standard rotation. So...
Right, and so Guerin's opted to go down to Sylph Cave and tackle some of the chests down here.
They're good experience.
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, like, I mean, 44,000, that's nothing to sneeze at. Most of them are in that range or bigger. I think the only one smaller is the Frog Lady.
Toad Lady. Toad Lady.
Frog
Everyone's
lady,
favorite.
Yeah. Hey, found a dart, though. Darts are nice.
You know, they can make a lot of difference in those, you know, scary high HP bosses.
You know, that's brilliant. I don't know if we ever saw X-Scals for sale, but that would have been a great idea.
Ooh, I don't think we did.
Just go buy like 2 X-Scals and then just literally go to like the turtle and just chuck all 3 of them at the turtle.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's viable. I don't think we did see any X-Scals for sale. I could be wrong, but yeah, you know, why not?
Yeah, or as much as we love Edward, sorry, Ed, we gotta steal your spoon.
He does have an Apollo harp, yeah.
Yeah, like, just get rid of it.
And then, so we talked a little bit about like the weight of the trap chest groupings earlier. Now with Sylph Cave, even though there are quite a few in here, this might not necessarily be like the best place to go and try and get key items, correct?
There is a very, I'm not gonna say convoluted. It is an exact write-up of how K-Trap works when it's turned on and how key items get populated. The short version of it is the less amount of traps that are in a location, the better off that they're probably going to have a key item, is how the math works.
Yeah,
Once you get past a certain number, now you're relying on RNG to determine how many of... So there's 7 chests in Sylph. One of them is always guaranteed to go into the pool to have a shot at a key item. The other 6 are RNG all into themselves. Whether they go into the pool to have a key item.
So basically, you're guaranteed 1.
Yes,
in
which
Sylph
is why
Cave.
the 1-to-1s that I talked about are so good.
Right.
Because they're always in the pool for a key item.
When I first heard that, it made me happy because I really don't like going in there.
Yeah, Sylph is a very boomer bust. To me, Sylph is great for the experience. You also, once again, we're back to the starter kit. Comes with mute bells, too.
That is very true, yeah.
They work great against ghosts, so you don't have to sit through 6 Fire 2 animations.
And in this flag set, you're not going to be using those mute bells on the Baron guards, or, you know...
Because they don't work.
They don't work, yeah. They have the boss fit, unlike many other flag sets.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, otherwise, though, they're good experience. They're shot at, obviously, it's T Wildish, so crystal swords, etc., so forth. But, I mean, if you're pinning your hopes and dreams on Sylph having a key item, that's a dangerous road to get into.
Yeah.
And it's also 2 different routes through it. It's a front and back side. So you're going in there twice. Minimum.
It's just the worst.
Yeah. So let's see if Guerin can hear me from the future. Where this is just take Eddie's spoon. Oh, never mind. Edge is gone. Yeah, we can't do it.
Oh, we can't do it. Yeah, right.
We're so
I keep
bad.
looking at Kane and seeing an Edge and going, oh, no, wait, that's Kane. Yeah.
The good part is, though, based on this rotation, like, if he throws a... Oh, we're going to go... we're going big. Okay.
Now, does this Palom have a Stardust Rod on him?
Don't know, but it's not going to matter. Even with his base stats, like this Lit 3, if it fires with a wave up, we'll go quad 9. So.
Ooh.
I mean, if you're going to survive in a fight with 20 HP, this is it.
That's...
So when you just bought yourself the time you need between this blarg and that lit 3 firing, we might have a solution to this fight.
Come on, Talon.
Yeah, this should go big. Okay, what does he have on?
Okay, we got the shell.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Kid back to school with you. Shit.
Yeah, we're getting there. All right, we're through.
Hey.
That was Tele tier lit 3.
Lit 3. That was not an impressive lit 3 coming out of the child. Oh no, turtle soup. Oh, that's amusing. Hey, look, there's Bahamut and the message we all love to see.
And
congratulations.
Good game to Guerin.
Yay!
What a fun run.
Yeah, it was. With a time of 1:37.18, we'll see if we can get Guerin in here for an interview. Wow. Boy, that seed. That was...
I know.
Whew.
It was a bit of a nail biter there for a while.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, Guerin.
Hello, Guerin. GG's.
Thank you. How about devil? I called a train wreck earlier.
I was, so I'll open with the same intro I gave a Sorbs. When we first saw the seed, it's like, oh, it's an Edward. Oh, you're sad. And that's like all the nasty bosses were starting to show their head. DKC, gone. Lunars, gone. Baigan, gone. It's like, okay, there's nothing left. And then you went to the moon.
Yeah, not good choices for that one.
You never know when you go up there, though. I mean, yeah, sometimes it just works and sometimes it doesn't.
That wall was closed a couple times. Probably one more hit would have done it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very close. You played the seed very, you went after that Earth Crystal. And obviously got rewarded for it with the Baron Key. You had the route to fade the entire moon. Like, you had everything. You saw the Yang in the basement. Obviously, the March was, the March. With all that in your hands, what was the plan? You had the keys to everything. So at that point, what was the decision? Which were you doing? Were you gonna try and stay on Earth? Was that the original plan?
Well, I knew Yang could be done if I had enough HP, so that wasn't too bad of a problem. It was a case of, okay, I can probably get the Wyvern down, but that Kane is the agility was too fast. I couldn't even get a turn in.
Yeah. Is that when you decided, I need to go play around on the moon and see if...
I figured one of the two would hopefully be doable. It turns out not so much.
And then you went to the moon. Yeah. Yeah, no, the Sorbs ran into the same problem with that. So that's unfortunately exactly what happened. The evil wall. Did you have a ribbon? We were asking this. We thought you did.
Yes, I did have one in there.
Okay. We were wondering, it's like, he has a one. Do you know about the Edward strats on that fight?
Oh, hiding him? Yeah, I know about those.
Okay. We were wondering. It's like he's been around. He knows how this works. So
I didn't think I would have enough time to actually get it to work, though.
Okay. Flossie.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't pressing the button.
It's fine.
Yeah, Guerin, honestly, how did you feel about the party composition? Because you start with Ed, but, honestly, and I said this to Sorbs too, the party did feel pretty solid around Edward. And I was also wondering about your choice to take Palom a little later on.
Well, I'd only seen one weapon, I think, for Edge, and I didn't have a whole lot of throwables, so it's I was figuring maybe Barry have spell power as opposed to Dart.
That makes complete sense. Edge is definitely kind of an expensive date there, so.
Yeah, very much so. Also, it's not like the Teroya Treasury really spit out a ton of money on this one, but
no, it could have been better.
Right.
Yeah. I was around the threes, right?
Yeah, it was 300,000. So I guess that leads the question. Obviously, we're going into your week is done. Yay! Going into week 2, you look back at this seed. What do you take away from this? Obviously, Ed Hero is not an easy task by any means.
Yeah, hopefully Caster comes up next time around.
Right.
We all love our radio heroes. They're so much fun. So, okay, we will let you get out of here. Go have yourself a good evening. GG's once again.
GG's, Guerin. Thank you so much for a great run.
All right, take care.
Flossie, that was fun.
That was really fun.
That was the seed.
Well, it sure was. Yeah, it was fun to watch. I learned a lot tonight. The runners were great.
So we should, before we send everyone off, of course, we know where we're going, but we do have one little thing to talk about. Might have to do something with tomorrow because we have races tomorrow.
We're not done. We're nowhere near done.
So
there's a bunch of
there's 3 on the main stage and probably plenty more later on. So yeah, what do we have tomorrow? Penguinator versus Peasants.
Penguinator versus Peasants, yes. That's gonna be a good one. But we also have Martin Broadcloak versus Stupid Sexy Flanders going tomorrow as well.
I don't know who that guy is.
Just some guy.
Yeah. And then Frankie Bones and Lord Goober are facing off tomorrow.
Lord Goober,
as well.
yep.
Yeah. So
let's see here.
So yeah, my race tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern, will be on the Free Enterprise channel. Penguinator and Peasants will be on Free Enterprise 2 at 9 Eastern. And then Frankie and Lord Goober have the late night. They are 11 o'clock Eastern, and they are back on the flagship. Heck of a... Yeah, and
tomorrow's gonna be a big day.
The God voice in my ear is saying, plenty of other racers. Honestly, go join the Discord. It's the easiest way. There's a neat little channel that shows you. It's called Elixir Matches, and it just lists all the matches and has Khadgar. It's lazy mode. Okay, if you want to figure out who's racing tomorrow, it's the easiest way to figure out. You just click something and poof, off you go. It's great.
It's a thing of beauty, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I told you admins work too hard, especially Scala.
Right.
Yeah. So where are we going? Where are we finishing
tonight? We are rating Fly Eagles Fly 72. They're doing some practice. So yeah, let's all hang out and remember not to spoil for anybody.
Yeah, because people want to watch this.
It's fun to watch.
Yeah, the commentary's fantastic.
Yeah,
and the racers are too. No, really. You watch more for the racers than you watch for us, okay? So, but no, thank you everyone for coming out. Flossie,
thank you very much. Yeah, Martin, thank you. Always a pleasure doing comms with you.
We'll do this again soon.
Absolutely. And thanks to the restreamer, Scala Kitty. We've got our tracker.
Mecca
worked
way too hard.
Mecca worked really hard on this too.
Yeah.
So give everyone a follow, and I mean, we got a lot more to come.
We do. We'll see you next time. Till then,
see ya.
good night.
Bye-bye.